Hi, I'm Charlie Nardozzi, and I want to introduce you to my new book, The Complete Guide to No-Dig Gardening. So I've talked about what is no-dig gardening and the benefits of it, but there are different ways of doing no-dig gardening. A lot of them revolve around raised beds, and that's certainly a great way to create any kind of garden, whether it be a freestanding raised bed or one that has a structure around it. And then once you've decided which way you're going with that, you can do probably the most common way to do no-dig, which is multi-layers of organic matter. So first what you'd want to do is mow down an area, if it's a grass area or a weedy area, and then you want to put layers down on top of the soil. Remember, we're not digging, we're not turning, we're not tilling at all. So the first layer might be newspaper if it's just grass, or if you have a weedy, really weedy area, you might want to use cardboard instead. And then on top of that, you want to build layers of brown materials and green materials similar to how you'd make a compost pile. But it's not as fussy as that. You can put down layers of soil and compost and kitchen scraps and grass clippings and chopped leaves, just building it up and building it up. By building up this bed so it fills that raised bed area, it's going to create all the nutrients in there so that your plants will grow really strong. And of course you want to cap the top of it with soil. If you do this in the fall, by the spring, you'll be able to really just plant right into that bed. So that's a really easy way to build up that soil using organic materials around your yard. If you don't want to do this whole layering effect and you have access to more topsoil and compost, what you can do is create an all compost or all topsoil bed. So simply just create your raised bed and fill it up with that material. Usually the mix is 60-40 topsoil to compost, and then you can just plant right into it. This is really nice if you're starting in the spring and you don't want to wait for things to break down in that lasagna bed that I mentioned earlier. And finally, you can do another technique called deep mulching. This is one that harkens back to Ruth Stout from Connecticut, where she deep mulched beds 8 inches deep with hay and chopped leaves every year, and she kept it covered 12 months of the year. What she found is that over time, the hay and the chopped leaves break down, adding nice compost to the soil, and she was able to just simply move off that mulch in the spring, plant, and then put it back on, and she had a great harvest without having to do much weeding, fertilizing, or watering. So there's many different types of no-dig gardening, and if you want to learn more about them, check out my book, The Complete Guide to No-Dig Gardening, on my website at gardeningwithcharlie.com.